We love to see it.
So when I finished at the gym today, I've got to confess, I was feeling hungry, needed some calories, a little bit.
I want to say one thing, okay? Because we're 7 seconds into the video, and it's time for me to pause and go on a tangent. So I've watched Az for a long time. Okay, what's GYM? I don't even know what the fuck. All right, what's GY? Just stop fucking with me. What's GYM? What is it? No, Quarter C and 6 mode. Thank you guys both for the 5 gifted subs. I'm sorry, okay? I wish I was acting there. I really do. I don't know. Because earlier you guys were doing that with the Jared thing. Like, you know what, guys? I was actually acting there completely. I knew everybody meant Jim. Of course. I mean, that would be ridiculous if I didn't know that. Yeah, I was acting the entire time. Okay, you guys were just all fooled. Everybody here is just really stupid, except for me, obviously. Yeah, you guys, I really got you guys. Okay, just a second. Fast food tier list, remember? Yeah, I'll do the fast food tier list maybe after this. We'll see what happens, okay? Thank you. You guys can remind me about that after this. Me and my girlfriend have agreed that it's not cheating if she has lesbian sex. Thanks for the $3, man. Okay.
Naughty. And across the road, believe it or not, from our gym, there's McDonald's. So I nip across.
Soldiers, thanks for the 5 gifted subs too, man.
Can I have a portion of fries?
Oh wait, I forgot to even all right, so I gotta pause again. Sorry guys, give me a second. Yeah, thanks for the 5 subs, dude. I wanted to say, right, the first time, whenever you guys distracted me with the GYM, is that Az is looking real good here, okay? I can already see that he's more healthy, right? He's lost weight going to the gym, and it's great to see. All right, that's the only thing that I wanted to say. Okay?
Please. And they said, oh, would you like to try our new soft launch fries? So I was like, sure, okay.
Wait,
so they go away
thanks,
and they come
man.
back and give me a
Holy
potato.
shit, thank you, Athreus. Thank you so much. There it is. Poopaloopa, thank you very much again for the 5 subs. Another 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. So you look at this right here. There it is. Potatoes are one of my favorite vegetables.
Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface. I knew this day would come. I didn't realize it was going to come so quickly.
I did.
I don't think anything's going to really come.
Really, with all the moms having their kids spend their money on Fortnite skins?
This is what happens when the gaming industry gets so greedy. You actually attract the attention of very large government organizations. And we know now for the last few years, the whole loot box and microtransaction debate has been raging in numerous countries now.
Fuck yeah.
With some countries like Belgium actually going so far as to outlaw them, to make them illegal.
Damn right.
And then some companies like EA being so greedy that they would actually try and fight the country of Belgium. That it was illegal to make loot boxes illegal. Eventually, they backed down. I hope they lost a lot of money to their legal team in the process. But they were so greedy, they wanted to defend their right to sell microtransactions and loot boxes to kids so much they were willing to take a country to court before they backed down. EA, ladies and gentlemen,
Wait a second. We've got to pause this. Okay, just a second. Let's go ahead and look at the rest of the video.
Children. And then, of course, we had Hawaii, who kicked up a big fuss about it last year.
Sorry.
And they got the ESA, the absolutely chocolate fireguard, the useless, self-regulating body in the gaming industry, to turn up and defend loot boxes and microtransactions. And they were utterly destroyed. In actual fact, the representative for the ESA was made to look like an absolute fool, like a lamb to the slaughter.
True, Zebra.
He couldn't answer anything. He had
of
no
course.
response. But unfortunately, it didn't pass in Hawaii. And there's a good chance that this isn't going to pass. However, it's putting it to the forefront, and it's creating the conversation, as loot boxes should be.
I feel like this is what we could do, right? Is we could have a sting operation to get Donald Trump's grandchildren addicted to Fortnite, and then have them spend Donald's money on Fortnite skins. And I guarantee you, you'd have an executive fucking order that would probably just make Fortnite illegal. It's done. Like, there'd be no more loot boxes ever again. Fuck yeah, that's so easy. I never even thought of that. Yeah, get Barron Trump addicted to Fortnite.
Says the US, or a US senator at least. And he's proposing that loot boxes are actually preying on user addiction and exploiting.
Oh, does he only have
children.
$300 million now?
And he's trying to get a bill to pass to actually outlaw
The
them.
guy's rich.
Now, this is going to be very difficult. Countries like mine, Ireland, Australia, which is really quite shocking, because Australia are very, very strict when it comes to things like censorship and regulation. However, even Australia have deemed that loot boxes are not gambling. My country, the UK, the
How
same.
is it not?
Ireland across the water, the same, as well as others. Some countries are still looking into it, like Sweden. But it is the conversation that this is now creating. The gaming industry has got itself to such a degree, and the greed has got so out of hand, that they are making all these, ridiculous sums of monies, but they are shooting themselves in the foot in the process.
How's
because you have EA, for example, yesterday coming out with a game like Anthem, where they sold 4 million units approximately from the end of February to the end of March, and yet it fell short of expectations by about 2 million units.
Well, that's a lot.
Any game that sells 4 million units in 6 weeks or so should be very happy about that. No, failed by about 33%. Not good news. And so what do you get from EA?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, because it costs them a lot of money to make the game, right? I mean, I feel like just because you have a very high sales expectation doesn't necessarily mean that you're greedy or anything like that. I mean, it could mean that this is based off of previous sales and what the market research shows. Like, I don't think that's a very strong argument for why you wouldn't have, I don't know. I don't think it's underselling and saying that, like, having a high expectation is bad. I just don't think it's bad. Okay? Sorry, I explained that really bad, but hopefully you guys see what I'm saying.
Soft launches. Instead of saying this game's finished and we're launching it and having people disappointed, no, we're just going to have a soft launch where an unfinished, unpolished, likely broken, and very likely priced at full whack, and having microtransactions and monetizations.
He's traumatized by WoW.
A la Red Dead Online, a la Fallout 76, and a la Anthem, and say, there you go. And there's no comeback. You can't say, this is crap, this is bollocks, because it's a soft launch. We told you we were scamming you, so you can't come at us. We didn't say it was complete. It's not complete. It's a soft launch.
What the fuck is a soft launch? I don't even know, like, what is this? Like, what is a soft launch? I've never even heard of this phrase. Early access. Oh, that's whenever you pay for the game and it's not finished. Yeah, I've done that a lot, actually. I've done that with PUBG. With WOD. There's another one. I don't know. I'll think about it.
Companies like Activision Blizzard. We've had a
Bless Online. Yes,
record-breaking
Bless
year.
Online. Yeah.
A historic year. We're sacking 800 people. Because they can't sustain them.
Hey, fuck 'em.
They can't sustain
Fuck 'em,
them.
dude.
They need to get more money. They need to push it further and further and further. Why? Because a lot of these companies have got shareholders that they need to increase. They need to increase their revenues because shareholders want constant growth. You can't be stagnant when it comes to shareholders, and you can't be losing money because you're not a good investment. You've got to be constantly growing. And so you've got your Activisions and your EAs and all that kind of stuff desperate to come up with the next monetization scheme. How can we exploit people? And then because they're doing it, other greedy companies start licking their lips.
Delicious.
We want a bit of this pie. Bethesda. Woo, Bethesda have just joined the party.
Fallout 76, by the way.
The Elder Scrolls Blades, a mitigated piece of shit designed for nothing.
Wasn't that the phone game? The Elder Scrolls Blades? I don't remember, like, is that the phone game? Man. You have to pay to open chests? Wait a second. Wait a second, like, you have to pay to open chests. How does that work? Watch a video on it. I'll have to look at that. So let me get this straight, okay? Let's imagine a situation. You're walking through a dungeon. You've just defeated a powerful Daedric prince, and you're looking at this ornate, very well put together flaming chest, and you click on it, and it says, "Please insert $5." Is that basically what this is? Like, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Wow.
But to take your credit card number. You are not on that game for more than 3 or 4 minutes before it throws you into the microtransaction store. Buy chests, buy, get your credit card out. And then you go to your town that you have to build. And then you suddenly realize, oh no, all the buildings are time gated. And I need real money credits, or I have to wait hours upon hours for stuff to be done. Get your credit card out. Get your credit. Just a piece of shit. Cheap to make.
We used to do this. This is one of the best sales tricks that you can use. Is you delay the product that the user wants, and then you give, because obviously in order to increase price, you have to add value. So the way that you add value is you give them the product earlier. So giving people the money or the item earlier is going to create a perceived value that they will then rationalize in their mind that it is okay for them to spend more money on. So what I used to do is I would sell somebody a run and I'd tell them, okay, we'll do it on Friday, you know? And they're like, okay, that's fine. But if you want us to do it now, give me an extra 20 and I'll fucking do it now. And that's what it used to work like 90% of the time, because people that are really dumb that are buying stuff like this don't really think a lot. So as soon as you can use any sort of a way to like kind of make them get it faster, because people love instant gratification. They fucking love it. So as soon as you can figure out that and you know how to abuse that in people, that's whenever you have your loot box simulators. That's what you have there. Okay. RMT? Yeah, 20,000 gold. No, not $20. You think I really do it? I do a transaction for $20 in WoW Fucking relax.
Nasty, virtually no overhead when it really comes to it compared to a game like Oblivion or Skyrim or Morrowind, and designed for nothing more than to rake out your credit card number.
Yep.
I've had a couple of people message me already saying that they've actually started to participate in the alpha process for Call of Duty on mobile from Activision. And
imagine
they
playing an
haven't been
FPS on
the
your
game,
phone.
they're saying, for more than a few minutes again before it pushes you to the cash shop. That is all they're designed for. That is it. Nothing more. And so
he's not
they
wrong.
have to trim the fat and trim the fat to get the profit level up, to make sure that those shareholders are happy, to push that share price up. And then you might hit gold when it comes to things like Apex Legends. But even EA in their quarter earnings report a couple of days back would only report on the first 30 days of Apex Legends, because afterwards it looked like it kind of fell off a cliff a bit. With the season pass being an absolute dud. With so many people leaving the game because of the bugs and the cheaters and all that kind of stuff. And it went from hundreds...
It had nothing to do with the bugs or the cheaters. It had everything to do with the gameplay being stale.
Hundreds of thousands watching it on Twitch to now approximately 20,000-ish, give or take. Round about a tenth of what it was just a couple of months ago. But when the government see all of this profit, when governments see all of this money, and then they hear about gambling, and then they hear about billions of dollars, then they start to get interested. And when you can't regulate it yourself, they'll step in and they'll regulate it for you. So
that's about right.
This US senator has said that it's preying on user addiction, exploiting children. We have examples of Candy Crush that he wants to use. Free-to-play game by King.
Allows players to
King,
purchase
of course, who owned by Activision Blizzard.
That's true.
Where you can purchase
that is very true.
$150 bundles of credit so you can get a freaking line of candy. I don't know.
I don't even know how the game works.
And then you have little bits of paper here saying, there's, we've got the University of British Columbia who have said that there is a link between gambling and loot boxes. But the fact is, it's going to be very, very difficult for this to pass. It's going to be very, very difficult indeed for this to pass, because virtually every other country it's been put in front of it hasn't succeeded. But the thing is, it's now out there. It's getting more traction in terms of people being made aware. And if parents...
Here's why it is because all of the grandpas are retiring, and people that actually play video games and understand technology are taking over different branches of government, and they understand the manipulative practices better than the people that don't even understand the internet. The gamers are literally rising up. Like, I'm not even kidding. That's actually what's fucking happening. Not fast enough? I agree.
Start to become more and more savvy to these behaviors, then there could be at least some pushback as regards to this. And the more people that get educated, the louder the voice will become. But like I said, it's going to be very difficult to pass. But because we see the behaviors of your Activisions and the EAs, because we see these companies shouting out major profits, but at the same time not being able to sustain their own internal employees and structure, something's gonna give. And then we know Blizzard Entertainment, they have stressed and even threatened at BlizzCon of last year that going forward, the best developers are being moved to mobile. And they're looking into new geographical areas. Areas like China, where, of course, microtransactions and loot boxes and monetizations are normal. That's what they want. The normalization of these exploitative aspects.
I think, yeah, that's a really good
And
point.
so we have a
Like trying to
system at the
normalize it.
moment where we have games doing this, when you have your FIFA Ultimate Teams and all this kind of stuff, and the horror stories of people spending tens of thousands on this bloody game. But it feels so sinister that children are being groomed with exploitative
I
monetization.
think it's so bad.
With the attempted normalization of gambling mechanics in loot boxes, get them addicted, get them into that mentality so it becomes normal for them. So when it comes,
because you know, like behind the scenes, right? You've got all the executives smoking their fucking cigars, sitting around the room, talking about how great it's going to be whenever they get little Johnny addicted to loot boxes, because they also own shares in tobacco or maybe a gambling company in Las Vegas, and little Johnny, whenever he becomes Big Johnny, is going to go to fucking Vegas and spend the rest of his money there. Like, I guarantee you that's the way that they feel about it.
comes to their children, it's normal for those as well. Hey, this
one
game's
more
all
loot
part of
boxes.
the gaming industry. Whereas the gaming industry seemed to go bloody fine for 30 odd years of just making a game, selling a game, and having the user, the gamer, purchase the game. But as soon as 2005 odd rolled around, and as soon as Microsoft started with those Microsoft points, and as soon as the first horse armors released, then that was it. The gates were open, and greed knows no bounds. And if you look back to 2005, and if you could take a time machine in that year to now, to 2019, and look at the state of the gaming industry, people would be in tears at just how disgusting it's got. Assassin's Creed, a full price game, and you may praise it saying, oh, it's a good game. 7 tabs of microtransactions on day one, including experience boosters.
How many tabs do we have?
Other things. But that's 7 tabs of things which have been pulled out of the game immediately
we've got 7 too.
to sell back to
Wow.
you, even though they're already created on day one. And you've just spent $60 purchasing that title. 7 freaking tabs. If this isn't exploitation, I don't know what is. And the very fact that loot boxes aren't determined as gambling is beyond me. You have no idea what's inside of them. It is a gamble by nature to discover what is inside. And of course, we already know that EA with the Ultimate Team, when they had to give the percentage chances of what you could get, could only put the chance of getting the best players was under 1%. And there's a lot of freaking decimal points that you could have.
Yeah, is it 0.1 or 0.001?
Decimal points, not decimal
That's
points,
really cute.
A lot of noughts that you can have after 1% before you get to a number. So it's going to be real tough. Let's just be perfectly honest with you here. It's going to be really difficult for this to pass through. But the very fact that the conversation is happening in the US is only a good thing, and shines some light on an industry which is almost Ouroboros in nature, eating itself in the desire to get more and more profit, more and more greed. And the sooner it explodes, the better. The better it will be for the industry as a whole. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up.
I'll give you guys a link to the video. This is, I agree with this shit. Absolutely.
Links there in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff
very
soon. You take
There's
care.
a video right there. You guys can look at it right there. Okay? This is a very good video. Thank you for watching it. Well, yeah, no, I do feel pretty strongly about this kind of stuff. Like, let me see if I can find the other one here.